Hello and welcome to my channel, Afric Psych. My name is Funi. These are my opinions and no one else's. So after I was diagnosed with an abnormally low thyroid with no cause for concern, I was diagnosed with PCOS. Please watch my previous video on PCOS. So both the thyroid and PCOS played a vital role in my weight gain. One of the major signs of having PCOS is irregular menstrual periods, because sometimes one doesn't ovulate. I, for some reason, had very regular periods. I have been using an app for a while now, for a couple of years, and my period was always on time as per the app, including my ovulation as well. Come on, ladies, you should know by now what a menstrual cycle entails and what changes your body goes through on a monthly basis. If you don't, shame on you. Funny enough, each year I had that 1 month weight skipped, just 1 month. Every year towards the end of the year, Kabo October, November so. I don't know why and what caused the irregularity. I had acne. I remember when I was preparing for my wedding in 2014, I had blackheads all over my face. I had to put on so much makeup to cover up the blackheads, and I didn't know what to use in order to get rid of them. So it was really, really bad. Obviously, the blackheads, every time you pop them, they left a mark. So I had blackheads and I had dark spots as well. This really messed up my confidence big time. I also had high testosterone levels according to the blood tests. So those testosterone levels were actually causing me to have beard and all the hair that I had. But luckily the hair that I had was on my head. So I had a lot of hair on my head and nowhere else. So I never struggled with the hairline and stuff. The sauna also showed that I had little cysts in my ovaries, but they were so little that there was no need for an operation or surgery to be done. So I will take medication. Metformin, the lowest dosage, in order to get rid of them. So the doctor would usually give me a prescription for metformin for at least 3 to 6 months. Then after that, I go back to normal because the symptoms that I had were not cause for concern again. I had insulin resistance according to the blood test that I did, and also the fact that I had signs. So I had skin tags and also darkening of the skin on my neck, where at some point it would really be dry and achy and it would really be very painful. So in order to keep it moist, I would have to put on Vaseline, like a lot of it, to keep it moist, because when it's dry and it's cracked, it would be so painful. Sometimes it will even bleed. The skin tags would also get dry and they would actually attach themselves to the clothes that I would be wearing. And because I have dreadlocks, if I let them hang like this, those skin tags would actually get attached to the dreadlock, and that was not nice. It was a very painful experience. So I had the skin tags on around my face and on my neck. So every time when my neck would actually get dry and achy, it would somehow affect those skin tags as well, and they would follow suit. So for about a week or so, every time I would have that dry season of my skin, and it would also affect my face. Obviously, I would have like dark patches around my face. So it really affected my skin. Another thing that I had was sleep apnea. So firstly, let me explain what sleep apnea is. Sleep apnea is a sleep disorder characterized by repeated interruptions in breathing during sleep. So these pauses in breathing, known as apneas, can last for several seconds to minutes and may occur multiple times throughout the night. So imagine throughout the night you actually having pauses in breathing. It's like you stop breathing and for a couple of seconds or a couple of minutes you are not breathing. So this is very dangerous, because what if you don't breathe again? So you just die in your sleep because of sleep apnea, because of weight gain, because of PCOS, because of other conditions that you might have that you think they're not serious, but they are causing other issues which might actually be fatal to you. So these are some of the common signs and symptoms of sleep apnea. Loud and persistent snoring, pauses in breathing, choking or gasping for breath, excessive daytime sleepiness because you don't sleep well at night, difficulty in concentrating, You become irritable and you have mood changes, and also some of you might actually have morning headaches. Every morning when you wake up, you have headaches, and these are caused by the decrease in oxygen levels during the apnea or the disturbance in breathing. So I was diagnosed with a condition about a year or two ago when I did the test. Luckily, it was reversed or corrected. I will explain how in my later videos on how I dealt with my weight gain and how I dealt with the other conditions that I have. The ultimate one, which really caused a lot of mental health issues and lack of confidence, is the weight gain. Gaining so much weight to a point where you don't know what to do in order to regulate it or lose it. I tried everything that I could in my power. I took whatever concoction that you can think of, did whatever that I thought was necessary for me to do in order to lose the weight, but nothing happened. And this was because of the PCOS, and obviously in addition to that, I had the thyroid issue as well. So I was fighting two conditions that had this biggest effect on my weight gain, and I was just trying everything that you could come up with for me to try and lose the weight. The last one, which is infertility, I wouldn't say I had it as a sign or symptom. All I know is that I don't have children. I never tried to have children. I never went the gynecology route or the IVF or whatever, or even worried about not falling pregnant. I just went along with the flow, but nothing happened. It might be due to the PCOS, or it might be due to the imbalance in hormones because of the thyroid. I don't know, because I never really dwelled so much on it. But we know that PCOS can actually cause infertility on women. So maybe the reason why I never conceived is because of the PCOS, but I cannot really positively say it's a fact. But I do not have children. That's a fact. I will speak about the children issue some other time, and it's a topic for another day. And before I proceed on the topic about children, please do not send me DMs about how God's timing is the best. It will happen when the time is right. Or try and tell me about your story or someone you knew who struggled to have children, or whoever in the Bible had a child when she was 1,005 years old. No. Mema second. This is a disclaimer. Funanani P. Uchena, am not trying to have a baby. I don't envy anyone with a baby. I do not yearn for a baby. But like I said, a story for another day. So thank you for understanding. So obviously, like I said in my previous videos, not everyone experiences the signs and symptoms caused by PCOS. Some people do experience them. Some people experience a few, and some people don't experience even a single symptom at all. My remedy for my PCOS or my symptoms might not be the same as your remedy, because we don't have the same DNA and we don't have the same hormonal issues. We might both have PCOS, but we might not have the same comorbidities or other conditions that actually come naturally or hereditary. I wanted to discuss the signs and symptoms that I had caused by the low thyroid, but I figured out that I will have to make a separate video for that, because the signs and symptoms actually affected me even more compared to the ones that I had caused by PCOS. So be sure to watch my next video, where I'll be explaining the signs and symptoms of the thyroid and ones that I had, and how they affected my life in general and the lives of the people around me, mostly my poor husband. Thank you once again for watching till the end. Do not forget to subscribe if you haven't. Hit the like button, turn on notifications, and share.